Some labor statistics we wanted to share with you. So this all comes from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, but we wanted to basically show you the growth in the engineering, civil engineering field, but then also we want to compare it to, just energy specific. So civil engineers going into energy infrastructure projects, you can kind of see that they have a pretty even growth from the next, 10 years or so. So we're looking at a 6% projected growth, and this is more of a national average here. And then you can also see that the salary tends to be a little bit higher in the energy side just because, the civil engineering on the top one, I think a lot of the cases, these are owners like DOTs that are putting out projects. But in the energy side, right, we have completely different owners like Department of Energy and things like that, or utilities. They might just have a completely different pay scale compared to maybe some of the more, road type construction or transportation infrastructure construction. So we see a higher pay over in the energy side. Um, and then, oops, give me one moment here. So one of the things I wanted to also just read to you, oops, um, is also I went up to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and did a little update this morning to find out that employment in the utilities sector is the four fastest growing industries, which was pretty surprising. So solar, electric power generation, wind, and other electric power generation and including geothermal. Are all projected to increase by more than 40% in 2023 to 2033. So that's not to say that we have geothermal capacity all over the world or all over this nation. It's really California and Nevada that you can do enhanced geothermal, but it seems like the renewables and some of the other power plants capacities have a nice kind of projected growth. And I think that's all because we're trying to limit the natural gas usage that that's supplying much of our electricity in the US right now. Switching gears real quick, alumni. This is a question we get a lot. So where do some of the students that graduate from this program end up going? They might end up staying in civil engineering and just managing various types of projects. So they might go work for a contractor or a subcontractor that does a lot of energy infrastructure type project. We do have some that go into industrial engineering with the same focus there. And then we've got a lot of job titles here, like project executives, managers. So we see a lot of folks that might want to do like stay in the same company or in the same field. They just want to get into a lateral, like a higher position, going from maybe management to an executive and things like that. So most of our students have found really good, I think, luck in getting that kind of a promotion after after the program. When it comes to where they all tend to work at, this is a huge list, but we found some commonalities. So we have something called Puget Sound Energy, as you might be aware of in Seattle. In California, they have a little bit of a different, but it's like California equivalent of is PG&E. So we have a lot of students that graduate that works for maybe like a local utility company that where they live. We have a sizable number of students working for companies like Hitachi, working on the next level, technology when it comes to solar or fusion reactors and things like that are becoming pretty popular in Seattle. We have some going into Rushing, Dominion Energy, Euclid Power, and then also the Bureau of Reclamation. So we have a pretty diverse, I think, kind of pathway depending on what your ultimate kind of career goals are. But these are some of the titles and employers, excuse me, that some of our alumni have gone to.